Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Microbial Life WIM. My name is Abhijit Haldar. So today's topic is disinfection and sterilization. As I hope you seen our last video about this disinfection and sterilization, which was described by Priyanka Raha in part 1. My responsibility is to describe this I'm in the part 2 sections. So sterilization is very important in any kind of microbiological laboratory, pathological laboratory, clinical laboratory, etc. So let's start the topic with introductions. So sterilization describe a process that destroy or eliminates all forms of microbial life and is carried out in health care facilities by physical or chemical methods. Steam under pressure, dry heat, ETO gas, hydrogen peroxide gas, plasma and liquid chemicals are the principal sterilization agent used in healthcare facilities. Okay. Now in sterilization we have different process by which we can sterilize our equipments. The number one is autoclaving. Okay. Number one is autoclaving. Number one is autoclaving. Autoclaving at a temperature of 121 degrees centigrade. At 15 to 20 degree, at 15 to 20 seconds is one of the most convenient and effective means of sterilization available. The time is measured after the temperature of the material being sterilized reaches 121 degree centigrade. Care must be taken to ensure that the steam can circulate around articles in order to provide even heat distribution. The success of sterilization is very dependent in liquid media with large volume requiring longer periods of time to reach the effective temperature within the media itself. Additionally, there should be no void spaces in the load that could insulate against the steam. This condition could prevent the transference of heat to the vessel, resulting in no sterilization of the content. Okay. So, in part B of autoclaving, in dry loads, a small amount of water should be included inside the autoclave bag to ensure sufficient moisture content within the load to allow for heat transference and distribution. Autoclave tape can be used for routine runs where glassware or sterile media are prepared before use. Now come to the second topic, dry heat. Ovens operating now topic is dry heat. Ovens operating at 160 degree to 170 degree centigrade for periods of 2 to 4 hours are efficient. For sterilization, glassware or other non-porous heat conductive material is enough. It is unsatisfactory for organic and inorganic materials that can act as insulation and is also unsuitable for heat material. Insulation is very effective means of final sterilization and disposal and is also used for spot sterilization of inoculation needle loops as well as flaming glassware during microbiological culturing procedure. Care has to be exercised when flaming charged item sorry, since this practice can release infection and micro aerosols through spattering. Now third point is radiation. Okay, ionization radiation is not used for general laboratory sterilization. However, ultraviolet radiation, UV, which you called, is used to control airborne microorganism and environmental surface decontamination. UV sources are used in biological safety cabinets for partial contamination control and should be turned on only when cabinets and enclosure are not in use. This form of control is extremely limited due to its poor penetration power, susceptibility to air movement, requirement for long contact time periods, and has not been documented as effective control of method. The eyes and skin should not be exposed to direct. These are the precautions you should remember while sterilize by the process of radiation. The eyes and skin should not be exposed to directly or strongly reflecting UV radiation. Adequate eye and skin protection must be worn when working in UV irradiated area. Especially safety glasses with side shield or goggles with solid side piece should be worn. Skin protection is afforded by face shield, caps, gloves, gowns, etc. Now the last and the final point is vapor and gases. It's vapor and gases. The final points. From practical point of view, formaldehyde, beta propiolactone and ethyl oxide are not routinely used in laboratory sterilization practice. These sterilization are used in hospital, commercial facilities where closed system controlling temperature, humidity and concentration are required to achieve sterilization using this agent. Okay. Now, I already discussed these are the point, and I will discuss the sterilization. How many types of sterilization is very brief. One is physical sterilization, another is chemical sterilization. In physical sterilization, we have heat, radiation and filtration, as I mentioned it. Heat radiation is further divided into one is dry sterilization, one is moist sterilization. Dry sterilization is further divided in incineration and dry oven, and in moist it has pressure steams, boiling water heating or pasteurization. In radiation we have two important types. One is ionization, one is non-ionization. In ionization we have X-ray and gamma rays, cathode rays, etc. And in non-ionization is ultraviolet rays. Now filtration has 3 points. One is asbestosis, one is membrane, one is tinted glasses. Now come to the chemical sterilization. Chemical sterilization have two important types. One is gas and one is liquid. In gas we use formaldehyde and ethyl oxide, and in liquid we use alcohol, halogens, phenols and aldehyde. Okay, let me erase it. Now, what is the difference between sterilization and disinfection? Sterilization can kill all microorganisms and spores, but disinfection only kills the microorganism, not the spores. Sterilization is a better method. Disinfection is not a better method. You can kill microorganism, but sterilization is better than disinfections. In sterilization we have autoclave, aldehyde, ethyl oxide as for example, and disinfection is Dettol, alcohols, boiling, pasteurization. So I hope you enjoy our videos. I hope you understand about disinfection and sterilization. Part 1 was described by Priyanka Raha, and part 2 was described by me. So if you are not watched the part 1 video, I will provide it on the description box. And if you need any notes regarding this disinfection and sterilization, you can find it from the description box. And if you want to join in our WhatsApp or Telegram group, you will find it in our description box of any video, or you can if you wish, you can contact to our personal profile also. Okay, thank you so much for your time.